difference in the sound. Let's analyze what happened. Do it again. And this time we'll just start here. We won't change. We'll just talk about the sound. Notice I've got my hands to the side, so my hands aren't making much of a tune, but just my feet. Just analyze that sound. Go again. What would you say was about that sound?
Had a lot of ring.
Had a lot of ring.
Depth.
Depth.
Warm.
It was awfully warm, wasn't it? Yeah. And so the feet in this position. Do it again. Gets a nice firm sound, but it also gets a warmth that you can't get, that won't happen with your feet in another position. Put your feet here now and sing this one. What's the difference in that one from the last one?
Brighter.
Bright?
Less depth.
What?
Less depth.
Less depth.
Thin.
Thinner?
We use less vibrato.
You use less vibrato. Is there something else? It almost had a brightness to this. Now they'll do this one, and then this one, and listen to that again. Pretty significant difference, isn't there? That I used to start with hands, but I don't start with hands anymore in conducting. I start with feet. And that's interesting to me. I want you to sing this one more time with your feet here, and then take your hand and move there, and listen to what happens. Here we go. What did that do? Do this one again. What did that do?
It sounds very forward to me.
Yeah. Did you notice it projected the sound? Listen to what happens. See, na 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 na. Sing it. Na 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 na. Now sing it that same thing with and take a step when I do. Ready and go. Na 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 na. Did you hear what happened? Let's do it again. Na 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 na. Now listen to what happens as you do this. There you go. Na 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 na. And so I got projection of sound simply with my feet. And what I did was I changed the color of that phrase. Listen to it again without any foot movement. Now listen, just stop on the top note and then move your foot forward and listen to what happens. Now, what does this mean? It means that conductors who move all the time lose the power of movement of the foot. If I'm a conductor who does a lot of this, I've erased the possibility of foot movement. But by doing this, I've got it. Now listen to what happens if I do this. Ready, go. Sing na. Na. Now this time, your foot back here while you're singing. That's what happens. Na. That's the most dangerous move you can make. And so it's how to come back. The only way you can come back is when I go do like this. Ready, go. Na. I go na na and go to there and then come back to this position. It's fine. Ready, here we go. Na 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 na. That works. If I do this. Na na na. But it does make a difference. So where my feet are makes all the difference in the world in how the sound is. Any questions about that? It's if I want a width of the sound. Now sing it and notice what happens when you sing na na and I go there instead of forward. Ready and go. Na na na. That widened it. This one. Na na na. I want the same. Na na. Three different nas on the top. You know, I can change the color of the top note by just what I do with my feet without anything that I do with my hands. And so that's where I now start the conducting instruction. The next is what happens to the knee. See, no. No. I want you to hear what happens when you with me bend your knee like this. Ready to go. No. What happened?
The pitch sound.
The pitch went down. What else happened?
The vowel went to an
The vowel went to an
And the tone just
and
generally
the
got a
tone,
little more
and the
fuzzy.
support went away. Do it again. But thank you for that because so many people don't hear that right away. But just listen to it again, how it goes up. You teach that vowel. It's almost impossible to keep it. No. The ugly vowel. Now the number of people I see go like this. Here we go. No. No. This is the most common conductor error that I know. Listen, I'll just do it and listen to how you sing. You don't move. No. But listen to what happens if I bring you in and my knee is bent and then I lift it. No. I got a crescendo. And did you listen to the vowel? Do it again. No. The vowel remained constant. But if I do it the opposite, I get this. No. And I kill the vowel. And so feet first, knee next. And then what happens to the upper body? No. Did you hear the vowel with my body in this position? Again. No. Na. And then up. No. And so that's before we ever get to hands. And still we've got this hip. And many people, conductors, look at the music at the first beat. Are you ready? No. Now keep singing and look at what happens. Listen to what happens when I lift my head. No. I've killed tone by my knee bend, my head. Did you notice with my feet, I only got different sounds. The only one that kind of kid was the step back. That one hurt. But the step forward, the step together, and the wide all got just different colors. This killed the tone a little bit. Do that again and listen to that. No. Hear how it faded away. Why does this happen? Well, you know, fortunate for me, years and years and years ago, when you and I made that wonderful film, which what they see is what you get. I made a decision that something happened that now scientists have proven is true. And that is that we have mirror neurons and that we just cannot help but react to the gesture. This is a going away from thing, this is a coming to thing, this is a widening thing, this is a tall thing. And so all of that stuff makes such a difference. But notice what happens if I do this. If I take my breath with my head going like this. No. Listen to how that goes. Again. No. But if I look straight ahead. No. Clean. Head down. No. Notice what happened to the pitch. Do it again. No. Pitch went under and then up. Notice the vowel. No. The vowel. No. And so before I ever get to my hands, all of that stuff counts. You know? But what we do often as young conductors especially is we think they're not going to follow me, and so I'm going to help them. And so you do all this extra stuff, you know, that gets in the way. And it gets worse and worse and worse the older you get if you don't listen to what I'm talking about. Because I see conductors who spend half of the rehearsal correcting the choir for stuff they're responsible for. You know? If my choir's singing out of tune, better look at the conductor, because conductors make you sing out of tune. You know, I can put you out of tune in 2 minutes. just by what I do with my leg, my head, and my hand. But now my arms. So I put one hand out and I get this sound. Ready and go. Did you do it with me? Do it again. Now I want you to hear how the how the color of that sound changes when you bring your hand up here. Start here. And so people say, one hand or two, and I said, it depends on the color you want. This is one color. And I'll just do it, and you listen. That got me a warmer sound, didn't it? So this, now listen to this one. All right, here we go. Listen to this one. So feet and hand, get this again. You want a big fortissimo, feet here, both hands here, you get this. And then, and just listen to what happens if I go from here to that. You do it with me, here we go. Like this, hands up, then that. Listen to what happens, ready and go. Pretty dramatic, isn't it? Now do this, na, and slowly go to that, and listen to what happens. That's a different kind of crescendo than you'll ever get any other way. And that's just with feet and hands going like that. Now put your hand here and sing na, and then put your hand under like that, and listen to what happens. That's different too, isn't it? Listen to what happens if you put your hand here, and then you put your hand here. So here's just hand position alone. This one, ready, go. Four different sounds. And that's what great music is all about, is slightly different sounds for a different piece of music. I'm doing secret look. By the way, can we have copies of that for my thing tomorrow morning?
Locus Iste or Secret Cherries?
No, Secret Cherries.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have copies of that?
Uh-huh.
Good.
Right now?
No, tomorrow for the workshop.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I want to demonstrate some stuff with that.
Okay.
Just that.
I use the CPDL, G or A flat.
That's A flat.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I like that better. If you do the G, I'll have them sing in A flat.
Well.
Okay. What was I going to say? Something really brilliant, I'm sure. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Sing that. Now with both hands. I think that's too dark for that piece. But if you're singing Waldesnacht of Brahms, this would be the position I would put it. So you decide, what is the color of the piece I want? What hand do I use and how do I do it? So we remember this, and notice where my hand is, that it's right directly in front. If you're a Tai Chi person, here's the power center, right here, and the hand right here is the best place for you as a conductor. A lot of people teach way up here, but I so disagree with that. Listen to the difference in the sound. Sing na for me here. Na. Now do that with your hand and listen to it. Na. Did you notice? Did you have a sensation right here? See if you do that again. Na. It got tight, didn't it?
Yeah. It got smaller.
Yeah. It also brightened it into that. But now notice what happens if I go like this, and then I keep my elbow down there and I come up to here. No. That gets a pretty sound, but if I bring my elbow out, listen to that. No. Listen to it here and there, and then here and there. No. That was just a strengthening of that, but listen to if I go up here. That put tension in. Now, if I want a crescendo, just take your hand and put it right down here and sing na, and then slowly turn it like that, and listen to what happens. Na. Now, listen to if I go up like this, what happens to the sound? But now listen to what happens if it comes up directly in front of me. If you don't like that better than that, don't go with conductor. And if you don't like the second one better than the first one, because this one's spread, do it again. The vowel change. Listen to it, remain the same, and give depth. Gives depth and color to the sound. Now, we still got width. Notice what happens if we just go like that. Notice, I've got to show you this. Note, my hand in this position gets this. Here we go. My hand in this position gets this. Listen to the difference. Listen what happens when I turn it very slowly. I can shade the tone and get a crescendo by simply moving my hand slightly that way. Is any of this helpful? Oh, my width. Oh, yeah, this.
Sorry.
Put your hands like this. Take your hand right here and go out this way and then back and listen. Did you notice the vowel remains same all the way? Take your hand like this and go that way and back. Now take your hand and go up like this and then drop it down like this, and this is what happens. Ooh, what happened to the vowel? Let's do it again. It went to that ugly didn't it? Now take your hand out like this and then go like that, and this is what happens. So, down and out are our enemies. And so, but if I go like this, I want you to listen to this and go out like this and then go up like that, and this is what happens. But if I go out, I get this. What happened? Did you hear the pitch go? And the vowel. Do it again. But if I go this and then up, I get this. Now if I go up and come back this way, I keep the vowel shut. There was just a slight change, but there was nothing like coming down. And so for years and years and years, there's no, oh there, I can write right here. For years and years and years, people did these gestures like this, and then bloop, bloop, bloop. And what it really should be is yum, bam, bam, bam. So do that with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 without a circle. 1 and point and point and point. But so we'll do this. Go lift, 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 lift. Instead of lift, smear, smear, smear. Lift, dee, dum, dum. And so then you get control of a phrase. I think that's good enough for an introduction. Does that help?
Yeah, that's a different.
What?
You did that differently than you've done before.
Well, I try to be different every year.
I know. Well, that's awesome.
You know, if you're my age and you haven't learned something, last year, well, it's too bad. You know, you got to keep learning. I think the most important thing is to be a constant student. You know, keep learning. Something new every day. Makes life worthwhile. Conductors.
Are we just going in order, or is that?
Are we doing this?
Well, who's going first?
I want to jump up.
You know, I give you the opportunity to volunteer.
It's the same.
Are we doing them in order? Are we doing laterally?
No, let's just have someone get up. Rod, they each have 2 pieces. Do you want them to do one piece first? Is that what you'd like?
Oh, yeah. And the